Death has a funny way of putting things into a hyper-induced perspective of the present. Time stops. And then there's this reservation of melancholy that washes over you. Everything I've ever done flashes before my eyes, and I observe with complete awe this game of life. Brushing with death has been an all too common circumstance for me. I think if I were to be gone tomorrow, I'd like to think that I gave it a good go. You know, I've overcome so much in my life. Addiction, depression, diet, health issues. I'd hope that my good deeds outweighed any bridges I may have burned in my past. If you died today, do you think you'd be remembered? Did you live such a life with adventure, grandeur, and social accomplishments that will stand the test of time? Will I be remembered, or will my legacy fade into the social abyss of this beast system? I have to admit, my demeanor on the whole feeling of what just happened made me a bit numb, to be honest. I was in such high hopes and expectations for my future. Never give up. I can't even imagine doing such a thing, and yet it seems because of my absence, that's exactly what I did. But really, I just needed a break. Time to shut everything down and figure out who I am. How can I stay relevant to this life that I want so badly, but I'm not actually living? And I have a great deal of fear and doubt about the direction of where my channel is going because I don't know which way to go. I've been thinking a lot about where I want to be. Oregon has been on my radar for years. Recently, I thought about Reno and even coming back home to Sacramento. You know, being home with family and friends was something I'd been craving for years. I can't believe I let myself stay away for so long. It's time to come back, or at least be a little closer. I'm visibly homesick, and I miss everything I left behind. You know, Sacramento hasn't changed much, but I have. I'm not the same person I was when I left so many years ago. I think with my new eyes, I could make something of myself here. All the signs point to yes. So he's taking it for a test drive to see, I guess, if it's serviceable, which I'm sure it is. In fact, he'll probably be like, I don't even notice anything wrong with it. You know, I could be overthinking it. So this is why I have a professional look at it to, to tell me that I'm overthinking it. So fingers crossed, and if I can get it serviced and it can run just a little bit better, great. But he said because of these old vehicles, there's really not a whole lot he can do with it. He can't really do too much. It's either you get it fixed, meaning you get it replaced, and he said it's going to cost about $4,000 to get a new transmission on this van, which would absolutely destroy me. I couldn't do that. I couldn't get it. That's too much money. That's more than the money I have on me. God, what a nightmare. I don't think that was what it's going to be. I don't think I need a new transmission. I think I could just need a better speed sensor or something like that. That's my guess. We'll see. All right, well, it turns out there was absolutely nothing wrong with it. I was definitely overthinking it. I think it was just because I was, I was still really nervous about what had happened previously with that sensor, and then the van breaking down with the short and everything, and I can take a breath and know that it's okay. He was just like, there's nothing wrong with it. There's literally nothing wrong with this van. It's in great shape. It runs good. It's cleaner than a lot of the vans that he has seen. So, yeah, I'm feeling a lot better about it. I think the main thing is that I really just didn't want to be that guy that would like screw somebody over, because that's not who I am. I couldn't possibly do that to someone like the person that did that to me when I bought the van. I can clear in conscience sell it knowing that, this van is in good shape mechanically, and that the next person that does buy it is going to be in a good spot, because she does run great. So, yeah. So recently, I had a pretty scary thing happen to me. I had to go to the hospital for chest pain, and my jaw and teeth were really hurting. And, well, we all know that that's not something to joke around about. So I went to the hospital, and, they did their testing, and this is actually not the first time I've been to the hospital for that. I've been dealing with that for years, actually. So, anyways, I found out from my dad that I might actually have hypertension, as it runs in the family, which would make a lot of sense as to why I've been having these problems. I get these like spikes in my blood pressure, and it just gets really heated up, and I just have been so stressed out about something that came up recently, and it just I just let it get to me, and it just bugged the hell out of me the whole day. And then the next day, the chest pain and the pain in the face. And, believe it or not, it's been like 3 days and I still have like a soreness here. It's weird. And the chest pain has progressively gotten better over the past 3 or 4 days, but it's still there. It's like this, there's something going on, but it's not as bad as it was. So I've been actively being as active as possible, getting up, going for walks in the morning, doing yoga, and just trying to be as active as possible. It doesn't seem to be something that's like stress related in terms of physical. It's more like emotional, and my emotions, and like how if I get stressed out, then this happens. So anyways, a friend of mine had reached out to me kind of out of blue. I hadn't even talked to her in a long time. And she said their husband used to have hypertension, but he started taking CBD oil. Now, I've tried a lot of different CBD oil in the past, and it's not really ever done anything for me. And everybody always swears, oh, this one's the best one. This one's the best one. And so anyways, I went to this other place that was just down the street in Palm Springs, and I picked up some CBD oil. It was roughly about $55, and it's good for about 60 drops. This has a little bit of THC in it, which I don't like, but apparently they didn't have anything that didn't have THC in it. And it's supposed to just help keep me calm and deal with pain and things like that. So I'm really hopeful. I really am, because I am just, my dad likes to say that, sometimes doctors know what they're talking about. And while I do agree with that, it doesn't mean that they're giving you something that's good for you. And blood pressure meds are not particularly the best for you. They're not. And Well, I don't have blood pressure spikes all the time. It only happens every once in a while. And to be honest, this is the first time it's ever been that bad. So I would probably, to me, attribute it to just lack of exercise, activity, and emotional well-being, because I've been depressed. I can be perfectly honest with you guys. I've been depressed. I mean, life really just kind of took a hell of a turn for me, and it hasn't really gotten better. Not really. I get slivers of hope, and I get little silver linings, you know. And sometimes I feel like that's the only thing I can hold on to, because there's just a lot of things that I don't like about my life that it's a hard pill to swallow. But I know that everything is dependent on me, even my own happiness, my own joy. You know, you have to find joy in everything. I've been reading this book, and I know I'm kind of going off topic, but I started reading this book, and it's Jesus Christ channeled through this person to deliver this message. And I don't care if you don't believe it. I don't, because the message is beautiful. And he said one of the things that's really important, especially when it comes to depression, is to remember what it's like to be a child. You know, remember what it's like to look at Mother Nature in wonder and awe. And remember what that feels like. And to do that with everything in your life, you know. Look at it with innocence. Look at it without judgment. Just observe and be in the moment. And that's been really helpful for me. Anyways, so I need to experiment with this today because I have a very important shoot tomorrow. I'm shooting a video for this gal. She's a esthetician. I did a photo shoot for her about a month ago, and now we're doing a video. So I'm going to take a little bit of this stuff, and I need my glasses because I cannot see.
A few moments later.
That was instantaneous. The millisecond that hit my tongue, I felt it hit my body. And it's got a little bit of its cinnamon flavor to it, which is nice because this stuff doesn't usually taste very good. It definitely works. I feel like I feel very relaxed. I feel like I just woke up. That's nice. This is great. This worked. I'm not high either. They said it was like a little bit of THC, but not enough to get you high, which is great because, I mean, I'm super, super sensitive. Yeah, this works. This is good stuff. I'm very happy with that. Okay. I think I'm gonna go attempt to do some yoga and just chill out. If I can survive long enough, I'd like to be home. Fear is a vicious monster. It takes over our minds and bodies with such force that we lay crippled at the doorstep without ever stepping foot into the game of life. Even with my days of calm retreat, I still suffer with crippling doubts and disbelief. I think we all do. And yet, I'll never give up. Life is supposed to hurt. It's supposed to be hard. How can it have any relevance if it's always good? Hardships define us. It molds our spirits into resilient beasts of burden. I'm guilty of repetition, doing what's comfortable. I like the same foods every day, I lay down the same way, and I watch the same movies over and over again because the memories I have, the joy I received for those experiences superseded my choices in trying something new. But you can only do it so often, so many times before things stop working. Change is inevitable, and sometimes life is going to force it upon you whether you like it or not. I don't know how much time I've got left, but I know for damn sure that I'm going to give it all I've got. It's the least I can do for myself, because I'm worth it.